Hello and welcome back to Yarn Tea and Books. My name is Tasha, and along with my husband, we are the humans behind Frogget Yarns, Hand-Dyed Yarns, and Mobile Yarn Truck. So welcome if you are a new viewer. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. I'm going to try this. It's Friday. I usually film on Thursday, but I woke up yesterday with a very sore throat and no voice, just a whisper. So I gave it a day. I've been drinking lots of tea, having lots of throat lozenges, and we're going to try it. We'll see if the voice holds out. It felt good all morning, and of course, now that I've been talking, it's going to act up. So welcome in. This is a place where I share what I'm making, what's going on in our hand-dyed yarn business, where we're going to be, what's new in the shop, and what I'm reading. So grab your favorite mug, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get into it. For Mug Watch this week, I pulled out my mushroom mug. Seems fitting for fall. This is by Mudslinging Pottery, and I've had this one for a few years now, so I haven't seen her make any of these for a while. So that's the mug, and it's just some nice hot tea in there to try and keep the voice going. I can not see the phone today. I just got back from the eye doctor. I have to see my eye doctor every 6 months, and so both of my eyes are fully dilated, so it's just a big blur. So we're going to go with it. Let's start with FOs. Since you've seen them a million times, and I failed to take a picture of them finished, but I did finish the birthday socks for my son's fiance, Emily. They were the green and white ones. I used Snow on the Pines and Monstera. They have been received, and she called me and said they fit perfectly. She's absolutely obsessed with them. She loves them so much. So I will definitely be making her more handmade socks because she really does love them. So I did not take a picture, but they're done. They were mailed, and she received them, and she loves them. The next FO is kind of, it's only half finished, but this will announce some very exciting life news. And I haven't put it on our socials yet, but I feel okay announcing it here. And we'll start with the charm because Kelsey made me a custom charm. Let's see if I can. It's a little frog with a sign that says Gigi and a blue heart on the world's smallest sock. And that is because we are going to be grandparents. Hooray! Our daughter and her husband are expecting their first child. We have known for a while. We knew since I think she found out in June. But at her request, she did not want it announced publicly until she had hit a certain milestone, and they've had a bunch of scans, and the pregnancy is going very, very well. She is due in March. Actually, her official due date is my birthday, March 26th, so fingers crossed. And it is a boy, so Kelsey put a little blue heart there. And we are thrilled. So I have been dying to tell you all that we are going to be grandparents, but I'm wanting to respect her wishes, and I won't put it on socials until she says it's okay, but I think it's safe here. So I whipped this up the other night. Literally, I think it took me like an hour and a half to make this cute little baby sock. So I have to make the other one, and I'm just using the leftovers that I used for Emily's socks. So Emily will be the baby's aunt, so he will have matching socks with his Aunt Emily. So I've got one done, and I'll pop on the needles the other one. I've just did 30 32 stitches and like the world's tiniest heel and a little toe. And I pulled out the baby footprints that they did of my kids, you know, in the hospital. And I just measured that and went as a guide for little newborn socks. So that's our big life news. I didn't want to save it till the end because I know not everybody sticks around for that. But yeah, we are going to be grandparents. It is our first grandchild. Sammy is our oldest. And yeah, she and her husband are elated. And we are ecstatic to be grandparents. I've been waiting forever. I've been chomping at the bit to announce it. And yeah, so that's the big news. There's the tiny sock. I will whip out the other one and get it going. I also have yarn wound up for a bigger baby project, which I'll talk about at the end of whips. But that will take us into whips. And I have gotten a good ways on my second Yarn Hero sock. So I've got my spooky little like witchy frog. So the first one is done. It's in the trailer. I did not grab it. I will say I'm going along, and I started pulling from the middle of my ball. So the first one I was pulling from the outside and it ended here on the green. The second one I wanted to pull from the middle because it was closest to the top of the first one. But then I got to this yellow section and it was so much yellow. Like I pulled off this pretty nice size ball of all of the yellow until it just started transitioning, because I didn't want the whole leg of my sock to be yellow. So I pulled that off and just reattached it when I saw that it started to change. And now we're into this like orangey red. So that's my second Yarn Hero sock. Coming along nicely. The first one is in the trailer on the display for the yarn. We have it on a sock blocker, excuse me, and it shows off the yarn really nicely. My other whip that I'm still chugging along on is my 7th Ave split hem tank by Briana Luppino, and I'm into the ribbing. And it's a lot of ribbing. It's like 5 inches of ribbing. So I can only do maybe a half hour, 45 minutes of ribbing before my hands just give out. But it's coming along nicely. I'm so excited. I really do want to try and get this done for Rhinebeck to have as an option to wear like under a jean jacket at Rhinebeck. So I'm chugging along. I was here when we talked last. I hadn't even started the ribbing. So I'm started the ribbing and I'm going to move that marker now. I am using our yarn, Frogget Yarns. I'm using Merino Fingering, which is our sock base. It's a 75/25 superwash merino wool with nylon, and I am using the color Sweet Blooms, and it's this pink with peachy undertones and just oh so subtle speckles. And yeah, I love it. I'm loving it. So yeah, it's all good to go. That was good to work on while we were away last weekend at our show. That I finished Emily's socks on the drive out, so that was easy peasy. So that's the 2 active whips, other than my Granny Square in the October club color, which I cannot show you because it's not out yet. But an upcoming cast on that I have is a sweater for baby, and I'll pop a picture in here because I failed to write down the name of it. It's got little sheep at the bottom. So I'm going to do the body of it in our mushroom bisque color, and I'm going to do the sheep in our Cozy DK, which is a boucle, so it's bumpy. And I'll just use an undyed skein because it'll be as white as it can be. So that's going to be what I cast on for my grandson and make him a little sheepy sweater. I'm not going to make too many sweaters at the beginning just because he's due at the end of March. So we'll be going into warmer weather, and I don't want him to grow out of all of the sweaters. So I think I'll concentrate most of the sweaters for fall when he's about 6-7 months old. But I do want him to have a newborn sweater. So yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to make. I'm going to look for buttons this weekend and find buttons that will look good with this yarn. But that's it for whips. We've been super busy doing shop things, so we'll just go right in to shop news. Last weekend we were at the Wool Gathering in Yellow Springs, Ohio at Young's Jersey Dairy. And this is a show that we've been doing since 2022, I think was our first year. And it's a great show. It's one of our top shows of the year. It's an hour outside of Columbus, and it's a good time. There are 4 trucks at this show, and yeah, we absolutely love it. It's a fun time. The last 2 years, at the end of the show, we have been bombarded with bad weather. So last year, the show ends at 4 on Sunday, and last year about 3:45, the organizers are running around saying, we're closing up, wrap it up, there's a storm rolling in. So we frantically closed everything up and got out of there. And the same thing happened this year. About 3:45, I could see the dark clouds, and the organizers are running around yelling, close it up, you know, especially to the trucks, because once we get closed up and out of the way, it opens up a lot of room for the other vendors who have to pack up their booths. So yeah, same thing. We pulled out of there as quick as we could, and we had to drive in it for about 2 hours. It was not fun. It was torrential downpours. Yeah, not fun. It was a white knuckle ride for the first couple of hours. And we drive the whole way home after this show because typically, excuse me, typically we have another show this coming weekend. This coming weekend is the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. And that is the show that I dropped from our schedule this year just because of lack of sales, but the same or higher expenses. And so we pulled it from our schedule, but they've just announced that this is potentially the last year for it. So really sad. This was a show that we went to. Brian would take me to this before we had the business. It's close to home. It's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours down the road from us in Virginia, in Berryville, Virginia. And it's a nice show. And he used to take me every year. We'd spend the day. And then when we got, we started the business and we got accepted as a vendor. We have been a vendor at the show since 2018. So it's kind of bittersweet that it's ending. We are going to go down. We're going to drive down Saturday because I feel like if it is potentially the last year for it, it would be nice to see it off, go see a lot of our vendor friends who are still vending, and end it the way that we started it, which is as a shopper, as a participant. So, yeah, sad to see it go. I hate to see any festival go. It is, it is the income for a lot of small businesses. So it's sad, but unless a whole other group of people want to pick it up and keep it going, the current board is done. They are done. They are burnt out, which I completely understand. It's not a job that I would ever want to do. So the Wool Gathering was great. We saw so many of you there. And I love when we get to connect with our customers in real time, face to face, and it's great. We came back with a little bit of our Yarn Hero color left, our exclusive Frogget color. And I did put that online, the few that we had left over, and that is gone. You guys ate that up super quick. We have another batch held back for our remaining fall shows, and if it makes it through all of those and there's any left, I will put that online as well. I have not heard back from her regarding the second run. She did say it was a maybe, so we'll see. If she gets back to me and says, yes, I'll do the second run, then that would be what I put online, you know, at the end of show season for winter. So I don't know. I haven't heard from her, and I know that she's busy with fall shows, so I'm not going to pester her about it. So I will say October Lily Pad Club, this is last call for October Lily Pad Club. Pre-orders will close Tuesday, September 30th at the end of the day. Our book is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. Here is our color palette. And there is still one charm left in the shop. One lonely charm. I'm trying to pull it off my granny square so I can show you. There's one lonely charm left. There it is. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah. So there's just one left in the shop. You can grab that. You can grab a skein of the yarn. And yeah, that pre-order closes on Tuesday at the end of the day, September 30th. And yeah, then we'll reveal the color, and I'll show you my granny square in next week's episode. What else? Last call for club, one charm left. The Halloween collection is available and going strong. We sold a lot of that at the wool gathering. We sold a lot of it the day that it came out. Those orders will go out at the end of this week, which is today. Today is Friday. They'll go out today. But yeah, you can still get those. I usually leave the Halloween up through October, and then it'll switch over to our Christmas collection. So you still have plenty of time to grab your Halloween colors. I did not grab them because I've shown them to you like 3 times already, but they are up on the website. They're ready to go. You have 4 different colors to choose from. 3 of them come with a black mini. Mr. Frogget's does not. The last thing I want to say in shop news is, if you are familiar with or have heard of the Row 1 Carnival of Color Club, it's a monthly subscription. I think you can dip in and out, where you get minis from, there's a new dyer every single month. I'm not supposed to announce this, but I don't want y'all to miss out. You might want to sign up for October's club. That's all I'm going to say. You might know who the dyer is going to be. Wink, wink. So you might want to sign up for October's club. That's all I'm going to say. Row 1, Carnival of Color Club. You may want to sign up for the October dyer. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's it for shop news. Get your club till Tuesday. If you're interested in Halloween, you can grab that. And our next event is Indie Untangled, and that is October 17th, Friday, October 17th, the same weekend as the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival. It's the Friday pop-up event. So we are busy in the dye studio. We've been down there every single day this week. Mr. Frogget went down there yesterday by himself while I was upstairs resting, and he dyed a bunch of yarn for the trailer. We've kind of swapped out days. It was supposed to be Advents this week. but he cannot dye the advents, so he has been dyeing trailer yarn to stock up the trailer, and that will just swap out. I'll do advents on Monday. I have to finish up the Fourth Wing Advent minis. I have developed the Fourth Wing Day 25 full-size skein. You guys, it's perfection. So I'm really excited to get those done. We ordered all of the boxes that we need and the little packages that we like to use to put all of your individual minis and 50s in. We ordered all of that yesterday so that we can start packing them up and get them sorted, so that once all of the dyeing and the twisting is done, it's just pack up the last few so that we can have them ready to go by a certain date that I have this date in my mind of when I want them to start being mailed out. So that's my goal. But it is a lot. We're technically dyeing for 2 shows at the same time, because we get back from Indie Untangled, and the very next Saturday we have Fall Frederick Fiber Fest, and that is another one-day show, but it's a great show and a lot of people come, and so we have to be very overstocked with lots of extras in our cubbies so that we don't have to come home from Indie Untangled and try to dye a bunch of yarn before Frederick. We have a few days that we can dye yarn, absolutely, but not many. So we're essentially dyeing for 2 shows and finishing up advents and packing up advents. It's busy. So bless his heart, he has been down there. Yesterday he went down there by himself and he did all of the ones that he could do. Today I had my eye appointment early. He took me to that, and as soon as we got home he said, you go film, since you don't technically have to be able to see well to do that. He said, and I will go load the cabinet. So he's right. Like, I cannot see close up. I can barely read my notes. So he's downstairs, he's dyeing yarn. I'm upstairs getting this filmed because I do have some of my voice back. So that's the skinny on that. We're just super, super, super busy, but we love it. So that'll take us in to book chat. And for book chat, you guys, this book, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I have made it to page 149 and I'm so bored that I can't stand it. So I pulled from my TBR and I started Song of the Hell Witch, and I am at page 42 and I'm already more invested and more interested at page 42 in this book than I am at 150 in this book. It's just boring. Literally nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. So yeah, this just may be, I don't want to say a DNF. I'm not scared to DNF a book. I've DNF'd many books. I'm upset that it's not good. Like, it's just so I don't even want to read it. Like, I think the last 10 pages that I read, I literally skimmed over it, and let me tell you, I didn't miss a darn thing. So my focus is here. Song of the Hell Witch. I'm ready to start my October books, the books that I actually want to read. This is, like I said, I'm only on page 42, and so far it's so much better than that one. So I'm reading this one. I'm still listening to The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. That's my audiobook for when I'm in the studio alone or knitting, spinning, all of that stuff. So that's all I'm currently reading. I'm listening to one book and I'm reading this book. And I went to the bookstore on Tuesday for this special release, which I will show you right now. I'm so excited to read this. This is Alchemized by Senlin Yu. Look at this brick of a book. This is over 1,000 pages long. Let me tell you, I am here for it. So this is a reimagining of a fanfic that was really, really popular. It was called Manacled. And you could only read it on AO3, which is a fan fiction website. And Manacled was a Dramini fanfic. So if you're familiar with the world of Harry Potter, Manacled was a story about if Draco and Hermione ended up together. This is a reimagining of that fanfic. And yeah, I've just been waiting and waiting. Look at this gorgeous cover. The end papers, the front. Look at that. And then the dust jacket is reversible. Look at that gorgeous. So I ran to pick that up, and unknowingly, apparently they had a launch party at Barnes & Noble for it on Monday night, because it came out on Tuesday. And they had a bunch of stuff printed up and made up and bought in. And the girl was like, hardly anyone showed up. So she gave me 2 tattoos, which match the cover of the book. They gave me this postcard for a sample of it on audio. They made up a crossword puzzle and a word search. And then they had a bunch of book art. And she left me pick through this whole pile. This is the one that I picked. So it was a bunch of fun surprises, but this is what I'm looking forward to reading at the end of show season. It is over 1,000 pages long, like I said. It is a dark fantasy, and I've heard it is very dark. So make sure you check your trigger warnings. I have not looked to see if they are... all it says is, this is a work of fiction which explores many of the darker aspects of war and survival. Reader discretion is advised. For more details, please see the back of the book for content notes. A few people that I follow have already started it, and they said it is quite dark. There are a lot of tough subjects covered in the book. So I'm not seeing, oh, content notes. Yeah, dark fantasy. It's a work of dark fantasy containing wartime violence, religious abuse, depictions of complex trauma. Yeah, I'm not going to read them all. It's a lot. It's a lot. So just, you know, if that's okay for you to read, I've heard nothing but great things. This is high fantasy, so there's going to be a lot of world building. There's going to be a lot of things to learn, but I'm here for it. I love me a book that I can just dig into and be in it for a long time. So yes, give me a 1,000-page book. I'll take it. So that was what I picked up at the bookstore. That was actually, that and one other book was all I picked up. Because that's all I needed. That's all I wanted. And that's it for book chat. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys are working on this week. Hopefully you're working on something beautiful and fun for the fall. Let me know what you're reading this week. If you are reading along with our October book. I haven't started it yet, but that'll definitely be one that I start at the beginning of the month. And yeah, I'm glad I got to record this. Not too long, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, just, you know, thanks. Just thanks for always supporting us. Thanks for coming out to see us at events. And you know, showing us what you're making and just sharing with us. We appreciate it. It's why we do this. We do this for the love of fiber and yarn and the community. So we appreciate all of you, and we can't thank you enough for all of the support. So I'm glad that I had enough voice to do this, and now I need to go twist some yarn. So I will see you all right back here next week, same time, same place. Please remember to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and until then, happy making. Bye.